All right, so Minister Don Odom Jr., welcome back to Voting Boot Camp. We're here to get you mentally and spiritually in shape to vote. Obstacles have been placed in our way, but we will vote, and we will vote early, starting on October 13th. I have Sister Pam Gaskin back with us of the League of Women Voters. This year, she is actually on the board. She will be in the room, and she will be an arbiter making decisions about which votes are accepted and denied. And so she's the best person that I could think of to have today. Today, we're going to talk about how to fill out your mail-in ballot. Mail-in ballot, absentee ballot, it's the same thing. It's just semantics. But for the person that is for the first time filling out a mail-in ballot or has never done it, there are some things that can get your ballot disqualified. To be clear, the goal for those that would like to suppress a vote, they want to make every step meticulous and looking for ways. They are looking for ways, some people are, to throw a ballot out. So we're going to get you in fit voting condition today. She's going to explain to you the do's and don'ts and what you need to do to fill out a ballot successfully and have it counted. Hi, Sister Pam.
Hey,
Welcome back.
are we ready to vote absentee?
Yes, we're ready to vote absentee early.
Okay.
So on a side note, if you have received a ballot and at the hearing of this PSA, you can take your ballot right now to the election board, to your county's tax assessor's office and drop your election ballot off as soon as possible. So what do people need to do as they are sitting down with their mail-in ballots?
Okay. When you, and I want to just clarify something, Ray. I'm on the Fort Bend County Early Voting Ballot Board. And I want people to understand what happens on that ballot board. The ballot board is appointed by the each party that has a candidate on the ballot. Normally, there are only two parties that appoint folks to the ballot board. And there is an equal number of people from both parties on the ballot board. We work in teams of two. We get your ballot in the carrier envelope that you've sent. We also have your application for ballot by mail and any other items that we may need. And the first thing we're going to do is compare your signature on that where you see the X.
On the carrier envelope. So this is
On
the
the
envelope
carrier
that you put your
envelope.
ballot in as you
That's
mail
the
it
one
in.
that's
Yeah.
in red up there. And you sign that, and we're going to look and see, could this signature here and the signature on the application that you sent in, could they have been made by the same person? That is the decision. Not are they identical, but could they have been made by the same person?
Okay.
If the answer is yes, then it goes to the early voting clerk, who opens it, pulls out your white envelope, and it gets ready to be processed. So let's talk about what you're going to do and how to make sure that your ballot gets counted. When you receive your ballot in the mail, you're going to get, it's going to come in a green envelope, and inside that green envelope is going to be your ballot. It's going to be this yellow carrier envelope and a white privacy envelope. The white privacy envelope has writing all over it in like 6-point font. Know this, that envelope is for when you do your ballot. So we're gonna start in order. So you lay out everything you have, and you're gonna lay it out in the order that you want to do it. So to your left, you're gonna put your ballot. The next is your white envelope, the privacy envelope. And the last envelope is the yellow carrier envelope. So the first thing you're going to do is pick up your ballot. Now, in an earlier video, we talked about how to fill out your ballot,
Sample ballot.
how to do your sample ballot. So you have already pulled down your sample ballot. You know who you're going to vote for. So now you take your real ballot and you just mark and use a blue or black ballpoint pen, no pencil. Please do not use pencil. Use a
Or red
blue or
pen.
black ballpoint pen.
No red pen, no green pen.
No red, no green, blue or black. And if it's an oval, you fill in the oval. If it's a circle, fill in the circle. If it's a square, fill in the square. I don't know. Every county has different folks printing their ballots.
Right.
Some folks have circles, some folks have ovals, some folks
But it's not a
squares.
check mark. It's not a check mark inside the
Do not
box.
do a check mark. You know, do not circle the person's name. Do not strike through everybody else's name. Fill in
It's like a Scantron. It's like a Scantron at school.
It's like a Scantron. But now remember, people my age, we didn't have Scantrons in school. So
But your kids did. So
oh, people don't know what Scantrons are. Okay. So but just fill out the little thing next to the person's name and fill it in completely. You go through when you have finished, review to make sure you have voted in every race. Fold it up, get that white privacy envelope, put the ballot in the white privacy envelope. Then you take that privacy envelope and you put it in this yellow carrier envelope that is marked, and you have to put postage on it. In Houston, I think they said you may need to do 2 stamps, but if you're going to need more stamps, they should tell you right under there, they'll have a little something that says, please affix extra postage. And they'll
put 3.
tell you
Go ahead and put 3. Go ahead and put 3. Go ahead and put 3 on there.
Well, you know, at least put 2. And then you can, now, don't waste stamps. If you decide you want to take this, if you're in Harris County, if you want to take this to NRG, which is the only place in Houston that you can turn, in Harris County, that you can in person turn in your mail-in ballot, you can drive and go into gate 9, get in line, follow the orange cones, and someone will be out there in they've got little tents set up, and you can hand them your ballot. You have to show them your photo ID, and they're going to give you the book to sign to say that they have received your ballot. So you do that and you're done, and you can save yourself a stamp. But if you're going to put it in the mail, put a couple of stamps on it and put it in the mail, and look at the time for the mailbox. If it says 2:30, mail pickup at 2:30, you want to get it in there before then, because then it'll be postmarked by that. It'll be postmarked the same day. But if it's
one day can make a difference, right?
One day
Especially
can
with
make a
this
difference.
election, for sure.
So, and you know, for those of us who are not that concerned about the mail, go ahead, drop it in the mail. But I would advise you not to drop your ballot in the mail any later than October 20th, which is a good 2 weeks before, because your ballot boards are going to start counting. Well, not counting. They're going to start reviewing for signatures on the 14th of October. So we're all going to be meeting all day long, every day from the 14th until November 3rd. And then we'll go back on the 4th for anything that comes in afterwards. And then we may have to go back in for overseas and military votes, because they get a little longer for their ballots to come in. But
so
what you don't want to do, but what you want to make sure you do, is you want to make sure that you
I'm glad you said
sign, because in the ballot board signature verification manual that we have to go by, which is state law, if there is no signature on here, this ballot is gone.
that.
Okay?
Immediately. I heard you
Immediately.
say that. That's
No
the first
signature.
step. The first step
That's
that they
right.
take is to see.
That's right. No signature, no. Now, if someone has to help you, say that um, you don't read or write, um, there is a space on here for a witness or an assistant, and they have to sign. Somebody has to sign this envelope.
There has to be a signature on the
There
envelope,
has to be a
basically.
signature on this envelope. So,
Right.
it's
And
either going to
so,
be who helped you do your voting, or you yourself, the voter.
so is
But
it
there must be
designed?
a signature.
Right. Is it designed? Is the way that envelope is designed, the way I'm looking at it, does it have to be sealed in order for you to sign it correctly? It seems like that's a safety precaution, but is best practice to go ahead and seal it first and then sign it, as opposed to try to sign it when it's
No,
unsealed?
if you seal it first, then you mean after you've put your
After
privacy envelope
you've put it
in?
in your privacy envelope and you've put the privacy envelope in the
My
yellow
husband and I
envelope.
have always sealed ours first and then
Okay.
signed,
Right.
because
It's
if you don't seal it, it's not laying down there. I mean,
that's the point that I was
I
making.
mean,
Yeah.
remember, you're kind of writing over that little thing, which is
Crease.
kind of
Right.
unnatural. But yeah, but I would put everything in, and then I would seal it and then sign it.
Okay. So print the sample ballot, lay
Mhm.
everything out. You got your ballot, you got your security envelope, you got your carrier envelope.
Yep.
Fill out your ballot with your sample ballot. Fill your whole
Mhm.
ballot out. Put it in the white privacy envelope.
Right.
Seal it. Put the sealed privacy envelope with your ballot in the carrier envelope. Seal it. Sign it.
Yep.
And put your postage on it if you're putting it
That's
in the
right.
mailbox.
That's
Okay.
correct.
So then the last thing I wanted to ask about, so basically there are three options for delivery of your ballot. One,
Yes.
U.S. Postal Service.
Yep.
Two, taking it to your county's designated place to drop it off
In
um,
person.
in person.
Mhm.
You have to bring your you
Mhm.
have to
Photo
bring your
ID.
not necessarily your license. You have to bring an ID. You have to bring your
Right. A
ID,
photo ID.
a
A
photo
photo ID.
ID, which is driver's license, um, passport, a handgun license,
Mhm.
Texas
Voter ID.
ID, voter ID, an ID card. So
Mhm.
something that is an accepted form of ID, and
Or
you have to sign
right, or
for it.
your naturalization document,
Naturalization
which has
document,
your picture on it.
and you have to sign for it or not.
Mhm.
You have
Yeah.
to sign when you drop it off,
Yes.
or you can use a FedEx envelope or
Yep.
UPS and just mail it to the same location that is on the security envelope, correct?
That's right.
On
That's
the
right.
carrier envelope, sorry.
That's right. And you can go to FedEx, UPS.
Okay.
Um, you can even go. You can go to the post office and have
As
them send it
express,
express mail,
express
so it
mail,
get
yeah,
delivered the next day.
gotcha.
Or you can, you pay for that service,
Mm-hmm.
or you can have it sent certified, uh, where you can track it. Now in Harris County, this doesn't work in Fort Bend County, but in Harris County is going to have a little barcode on theirs, and you will be able to track your ballot to know when it arrives in Harris County at the clerk's office. So that's a good thing.
Okay.
That's a good thing.
And so, what is your voting plan, and how are you planning to deliver it and why?
Ooh, you talking about me personally?
Yes, correct.
I keep changing every day.
Depending on the news, listen.
know. I'm waiting to get my ballot by mail. I should have it tomorrow. My husband and I will both have it. And, I want to be in full disclosure here because this may help somebody. My husband has Parkinson's. And so his signature changes sometimes from morning to night. And, so if somebody's going to be checking signatures, they might look at his signature and say, ooh, no. So when we did his application, I filled out this bottom part and I signed his application. Well, I said I fill it. There's something similar to this on the application. And I signed it as a witness and an assistant. And he did not sign this. So if we go through and vote by mail, I will sign down here on this carrier envelope, which means
the witness.
There will be a signature, and it will match the signature that's on the application because
that's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters because there are a lot of people that are in similar circumstances, either the same circumstance and or for whatever reason they're just not they're not capable.
Even if some people order their ballots by mail at the beginning of the year, and a person may have been in wonderful health the first of the year. They could have had a stroke in September, October, and it could
broken
have
hand. They could have a broken hand.
Right-handed, it could have affected their right hand. So now they need somebody. Even if they sign their application, and they have to have someone to witness or assist. If that person signs, you're good. You're good. So, because it's probably not worth the risk to your health to be going out trying to vote in person. So, but, my husband and I are we're either going to mail our ballots in or we're going to go vote in person. And I'll just share, I know we're talking about ballots by mail on here. But
that's a good segue. I was going to say, you have an option.
I go into the voting booth with him. When we sign in at the polling place, I signed the affidavit that said I am going to assist my husband. And I think you have to put on there how you're related. And I can actually go in the voting booth with him. So, just make a plan.
How the Spirit leads you. But I wanted to clarify this so both of you have requested mail-in ballots. But if for whatever reason you decide, you know what, I'm just going to vote in person. I'd rather do it. What's the protocol for doing that?
So we will take our green envelopes that came in the mail with our ballot, our privacy envelope, our carrier envelope. We're going to take that whole kit and caboodle. We're going to go to the polling place. We're going to say, we changed our minds. We're going to vote in person. And they say, okay, give it here. And they'll take them. We show them our IDs. They call to the elections office. The elections office cancels out these mail-in ballots, and they give us our credentials to go vote in person.
And you can vote right then. You don't have to come back the next day. You don't have to wait in the line. As soon as you hand it in, you can. It is as if you
That's correct. But make
signing
sure
in to vote in person.
Make sure you take it with you. If you change your mind, take that ballot with you.
Got it.
And you can have opened it and looked at all the stuff. You might open it. And
That's a great clarification. So it doesn't have to be, in its pristine. The way that they send it to you. You can have opened it. You could even have filled it out. But if you change your mind, you can't fill it out. Okay, I'm glad I asked that question.
No, don't fill it out.
It has to be completely unfilled out.
Yeah.
So it can be open but not filled out.
That's right.
And you can hand it to the judge.
And the reason for that is that polling clerk is going to have to send. They will have gone through and canceled that ballot out, but they're going to have to send that ballot in with the nights. If they send everything back to the elections office or the clerk's office at night. And somebody could look at a thing that's been opened and it's got a voted ballot in there, and they go, well,
Oh, they threw it out. I found it behind in the creek.
right, right. So no, don't fill it out. So
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Aunt Pam, so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for the clarity. God bless you. And thank you for getting us in fit voting condition. It's been Voting Boot Camp. Minister Don Odom Jr., welcome back. We'll have you back hopefully soon to give us some more wisdom. God bless you.
okay, your vote is your voice.
Amen.